All right, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about why the left and the right are kind of the same thing. Now, everybody's always like, well, they're not the same. Obviously, the right is against abortion and the left is pro-abortion. All right, and the right is against immigration and the left is for immigration. Right, like these are just simple issues that obviously make it obvious that the right and the left aren't the same. I don't think people are saying that on an individual level. But the problem comes into play when you're talking about national politics is the fact that you can see on this chart right here that just about half the people are Republicans and half the people are Democrats in America. And it fluctuates back and forth year to year depending on what scandals and failures the Democrats or Republicans are seen as having, right? A good example of this is the fact that a lot of left-wing people, or supposedly people that would be considered left-wing because they were going to vote for Bernie Sanders, voted for Trump. And then one of the main reasons why they voted for Trump was because of his economic policies that seem to have failed. So now people are moving back to the left. And a lot of people are just basically trying to get people worked up over it. But I guess I'm just too old now, and I've seen it go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth enough times to know that that's how it works. And that's why all the political candidates are the same, and they're going to be the same because half the people are Democrats and half the people are Republicans. In order to get all the votes in the national election, you have to be a centrist. It's a Hegelian dialectic. I know it sounds so stupid, but it's like these people really believed in that stuff when they set up the government. And that it's a biological problem, right? Because you got a bunch of women that are liberals, minorities, and then you have high intellectual people that are also left-wing people, right? And there's white people. I know you want to say it's a women and minorities thing, but there's a lot of white men that are also liberal. And the fact of the matter is that on a national scale, you just can't get elected being far left or far right. So anyone that's trying to, like, I guess, scaremonger, fearmonger you into thinking that the DSA is going to get elected any more than like the Groypers are going to get elected, right? It's just not going to happen. Someone's not going to just come out and fully say like, oh, I'm fully DSA. I want to, and we'll put that aside. The fact that they want to abolish the police, but they don't want to abolish the military is kind of telling. But like, if you're like a full DSA, abolish the police, you know, let everybody out of jail, let all the immigrants come into the country. Like, most people, Republican or Democrat, are not going to vote for that. They don't support that. Most people, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, just support sensible laws and regulations. And yes, some people lean more towards, hey, well, we can let in a couple more immigrants. And some people are like, no, no immigrants at all. But at the end of the day, people are not going to fundamentally change from being Republicans and Democrats overnight. No matter how many content creators come out and do whatever they do, and how many politicians come out and say whatever they say, it's basically like part of your personality. And that's at least partially biological. It's partially environmental too, but it's something that is innate to each individual person. And they're not going to just magically change overnight. And so therefore the political system is never going to magically change overnight. And the politicians that get elected are always going to be centrist politicians that take huge bribes from people that have tons of money in business. and in politics and in whatever. And all the other people are going to sit around and argue about their differences like it's Gulliver's Travels. And it's just stupid. It's literally stupid. You want to argue about which side of the egg to crack, and then you're like, oh, but it is the elites, because who wins every time? You want to say cui bono? The centrist politicians and the military and the corporations that literally don't care about politics at all. Like, look at Mark Zuckerberg flip-flopping from Democrat to Republican, depending on who's going to give him the best business deals. You think he cares about Democrats and Republicans? You think he cares about abortion and immigration? No. He's married. He probably has whatever between his wife, and it's benefiting him to bring in immigrants to work at his companies. And if not, then it will benefit him to have Americans working at his company, because either way, he's at the top of the system. It doesn't matter to him. And then you want to pretend like you're the most serious person on the planet, and you're not. You're down here with everybody else making content. You see Mark Zuckerberg making content about politics? No, he doesn't care. He's too busy getting money and doing whatever he's doing, right? I'm going off track a little bit, but the point is that, yes, the people that benefit from Gulliver's Travel BS, where you want to sit here and argue about which side of the egg to crack, when the fact is the laws aren't going to get changed like that. It's never just going to be like, oh, we can just do a blanket ban on abortion in every single state everywhere at once. It's never going to happen, because half of the people are Democrats, right? You're never going to be able to ban all guns and just get rid of guns, because half the people are Republicans. And so therefore, all you guys are doing is competing to build the state apparatus for the centrist politicians, businessmen, and whoever else, right? All the rich, powerful people that actually don't care about politics. And you're building the system up for them while you debate about which side of the egg to crack, thinking that you're going to get your guy in on the far right or on the far left, right? And then force everybody to crack the egg on that side. And it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Because basically that's one of the genius things that the founding fathers did, was create this Hegelian dialectic type of thing based off of human nature, where people are competing and they can never win. Because what are you going to do? Like, seriously, what are you going to do? You can see the chart right there. Half the people are Republicans, half the people are Democrats. And then you want to try to get control of the government and force the other half of the people to live by your rules, in your worldview? It's never going to happen. Either side, either one of you, neither one of you, that's what you're the same. That you believe that you can get control of the state and force everybody else to live by your worldview. And it's never going to happen, because half of the people are never going to agree to the thing that you want, and the other half are never going to agree to the thing, you're never going to agree to the thing that they want. And it's that simple. It's really that simple. And then the centrist politicians, and you're like, what? Well, how come these guys flip-flop and they're not affiliated really strongly with Republicans or Democrats? Because they're just trying to get votes. And how do you get votes? By being a centrist politician. Because half the people are Democrats and half the people are Republicans. And if anybody's trying to tell you anything different, they're trying to play you. Like, oh, we're going to take over. This wing is going to take over. Oh, we got to stop the other wing because they're the extremists, when the people that are telling you that are the most extreme people on their wing, trying to get you all worked up and riled up about, oh, no one's going to take over. It's going to be centrist politicians that play the center to get the most votes from the Republicans and Democrats that exist in the country, which is half of the people on each side. You see the chart. You see it. Tell me the chart's fake. Oh, that's not the real chart. It is. It's been like this basically forever because it's human nature. It's biology. It's like most of the political problems now are no longer opinion problems. They're all biological problems. Like, well, this person can't make this much money because their IQ is too low, right? This person can't do this sport because they're just not physically apt to do that sport, right? And so this guy's getting paid $1 billion to do some sport. This guy's getting paid $1 billion, and some people, they're just not going to make it, right? And you know, you got the male female problems, right? Women, the basic problem is women have to get pregnant in order for the human race to continue, and women seem to have other things to do now. And then they're looking at men as if men are not valuable enough to even have children with. It's a biological problem. It's not a evolution. It's not a economics problem. It's not a philosophical problem. It's not a religious problem, right? And all the opinion problems are pretty much, you know, fixed. It's like, if you don't want women to have abortions of your kids, and don't have sex with women that out of wedlock or that are into abortion or anything like that. It's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple solution because you can't stop everyone in the entire universe from having an abortion, right? You know, and I mean, the immigration thing is kind of BS because that's something that's affecting everyone. If you bring in immigrants into the country, like, they're here. It's not like an individual thing. That's affecting everybody. It's like, maybe you should go to their countries. That's why I support the Monroe Doctrine too. Not just because it's like, oh, cool, we can go and blow up other countries, but actually, it seems sensible that if we actually help the other Latin American countries to improve their standard of living, then people won't want to come to the United States to improve their standard of living. It makes sense to me. Right? I'm not saying, oh, we got to go in there and blow up every country, but I mean, if we can go and improve their standard of living, and that's what liberals used to do. The like liberal white people used to go to the other countries and quote unquote colonize their country and improve their standard of living. And that would be a great thing for all these like the overproduction of elites of all these college educated people. Send them to Latin America. You're a liberal college educated person. Why don't you move to Latin America and teach them how to farm and do economics and all this other stuff? Not that they actually need to be taught how to do that, but, and yeah, okay. Some of the US policies did mess up Latin America. I get it. Okay. Whatever. Okay. But with all those caveats aside, you can see what I'm saying. Half the people are Democrats, half the people are Republicans, just agitating the situation and acting like, oh, this guy's going to take over, that guy's going to take over, the left wing's going to take over, the right wing's going to take over. First of all, it's not going to happen. And second of all, you're just agitating everybody. And thirdly, you got to come to some compromise, because otherwise, what are you going to do? You're just building up the state apparatus, and then you're like, oh man, now the Democrats are going to get in with all the powers that we gave to Trump, and they're going to use the powers that we gave to Trump to crack down on right wingers. Well, duh, I told you that like 10 years ago. And then the liberals are going to do the same thing, and then they're going to play their side, and they're going to, when the Republicans are in charge and the Democrats, oh my God, the big bad Republican, and everybody's got to get agitated. And then when the Democrats get in, then the Republicans will go, oh man, and the big bad DSA guy's in there. He's a socialist, even though he's like a centrist, like basically like Republican, but he's calling himself a Democrat. And they're like, oh, we got to they're going to try to take us all out. And meanwhile, we're just getting censored on social media because it's like a corporate thing, because they're just basically like on the DEI stuff. And they think that talking about race and politics and all that stuff is bad for business, like Disney, right? But anyway, I'll leave it there. But I think you see what I'm saying. Okay, you might have your individual side of the egg that you crack, but at the end of the day, the politicians playing to both sides because they need to get as many votes as possible. So that's the video. Thanks for watching. If you did, have a good day and peace.